Oh, I hope the timing worked.
Alrighty, there. We're over to the live stream now, so.
Hello, viewers. We were talking nonsense just before we launched, so sorry for being late.
Yeah, gamers socializing.
We gotta.
Alrighty. So we'll do a little bit of a recap. We didn't play last week because we had our son's birthday, so you guys managed to make contact with Rose, get all of your photos and your ID and everything done. So you guys have ID that will pass a cursory glance, complete with like the emblazoned like M on your clothing to indicate that you're mutants. The fact that you're not collared indicates that your mutant powers are deemed to be non-threatening, non-dangerous. Obviously, if you exhibit your powers and get caught, your ID will be rendered useless, and so on and so forth. You also managed to track down the runaway, the escapee, Olive Pierce, in an underground market that moves from place to place. Buzzkill got to experience her mass manipulation power firsthand, as she got kind of spooked and she increased his weight by about 4,000%. Managed to talk her down though. No harm, no foul sort of thing. And she explained that she was just trying to get away. She needed time for her teleportation power to recharge so that she could get far enough away from the city to start making her way towards the Canadian border. You guys gave her a safe place to stay overnight, got her some food and some things, and she is now on her way, safe and secure to, in theory, to the Canadian border. Not before she let you know that the place she had escaped from, she wasn't 100% sure where it was, but she knew it was offshore. You deduced it's probably the remnants of the raft, and she said that there was some sort of experimentation going on mutants, some sort of testing or something. Obviously not. Most mutants end up in work camps and are put to work in the various factories and businesses throughout Manhattan that Fisk controls. This doesn't sound like this. This sounds more like a medical facility as opposed to an internment camp. Debated how you were going to get there since only one of you flies and none of you swim. And while you were like, okay, while we think of an idea, we'll at least scavenge these sentinel parts that are around the park, see if there's anything useful that we can use. Which is when you drew the attention of a passing patrol of a Mark IV Sentinel and a couple of individuals in Mandroid armor. Things started off very badly for you.
Very.
Lodestone got hit with a couple of neutralizer beams and stunned. Buzzkill tried to fly up in the air. The Sentinel wrapped him up in cables. John has led the Mandroids away from the park, trying to even the odds a little bit, and more importantly, getting the trouble out of the park before Logan notices. And Pip has shrunk down and is hiding behind some stationery. And that is where we pick up with this exciting issue as you guys try to figure out just what the heck you're going to do.
Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be stunned for the next 6 rounds.
So you stand there and do nothing?
I'm going to lay on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that plan doesn't work for me. I mean, it could, but it's not. Do we have to start an initiative, or are we just sort of panicking?
Declarations first, then initiative.
Okay. I would like to shrink Lodestone. Sorry, buddy. So that he's less of a target and easier to move. Because I can't haul him around the way he is now.
All right. What would Buzzkill like to do?
Trip?
Sorry about that. Uh, my electrical powers can overload normal computerized electrical devices. Is that something I can do with these sentinels?
You can certainly try.
If not, then I want to try power stunt, just because I have all kinds of karma.
Alrighty.
I think I'll go with the power stunt anyway.
All right. What would you like to do with your power stunt?
I'd like to use my power stunt to my electrical discharge to defibrillate Lodestone and unstun him.
Okay.
That costs 100, right?
It costs 100 to make the attempt, and then you need to get a red result to successfully do it.
Can I spend karma to try to get that red result?
You can. Yep.
All right, using all my karma in one round, guys.
All right. John, what would you like to do? You have captured the Mandroid's attention, and they are on their way to you.
So they're moving in my direction.
They will be moving in your direction once their turn comes around. You have their attention.
I don't know how that works for that. Could I delay my actions to intercept them when they get close enough to me?
Yeah, there's not really a ready action. Just you declare what you would like to do, and then we'll just kind of adjudicate it as the initiative happens.
Okay. I want to use weather control to create an hazard zone where I am. Ideally, when they get close enough to be caught in it.
Okay, perfect. All right, the Mandroids are going to fly at John, firing their blasters, and the Sentinel is going to try to wrap its coils tighter around Buzzkill to try to render him unconscious for capture. And with the declarations, folks can roll initiative.
All right, just as a note, my energy sheath is on, so they have to kill the energy sheath before they damage me.
Yep.
I assume with me being stunned, I can't roll initiative for the group.
You still can, actually.
Oh, really? Well, I assume I'll take that roll.
No one wants me touching the dice. Not if we want to go first. Or, anything but last.
All right, you guys are up first, in whatever order you would like to go.
Let me try my power stunt first before we shrink them and make them harder to hit.
Okay.
Sure.
So this cost me 100 plus karma.
Yep.
I had a net loss last time. You're rolling the wrong dice.
I most certainly am.
Oh, it's a good roll.
78. All right. From Remarkable.
You need to get a 95, so that's 17 karma.
All right. That leaves me with 22 karma. And I've defibrillated you.
Right.
Or do I have to roll with the against the stun or something?
No, where it's a power stunt, we'll just say that,
That was the roll.
this is what the power stunt is. The power stunt is to jolt somebody out of stun. So as you use it more and more times, it'll get down to the point where it's just part of your power set.
And we've been stunned a lot, so that's worth doing.
Yep. So Lodestone, you are unstunned. You still don't get to act this round. Actually, you can, but you can do so at a -2 columnship because you're changing your declaration.
I believe my powers are at -3 or something.
They are from the neutralizer.
Boop, boop, boo. I didn't expect to be going. Grabbing, dodging, evading. Well, I will. Can I try to tear the net off of Buzzkill?
Yeah, it's not so much a net as it is cables, so definitely fall within magnetism.
Oh, I'm not using magnetism. I'm using strength.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because my strength's higher than my magnetism at the moment.
Okay.
What do I gotta roll?
What is your strength?
My strength is amazing.
All right. So you need to get a green.
Amazing green. That's only a 31, so we'll roll that. It's like She-Hulk level, I think.
Yeah, depending on the writer.
99 should do it.
Oh, that is a great roll.
There goes those IDs.
Right. So yeah, you go kind of bounding over and kind of grab onto the cables with your amazing strength, and just kind of like shear them apart. They are fairly strong. It's a lot like ripping through like a vault door or something. It's that sort of tensile strength. But there is a little bit of give on it, and you kind of pull Buzzkill down a little bit because he's flying, and then when they snap, he kind of like reels back up in the air a little bit, but he is free.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Between Pip and John, who would like to go?
I can.
Okay.
Lodestone's on his way. Where's he headed to?
He just ran a little bit and grabbed those cables and gave them a mighty heave.
Shrink him anyway.
I mean, it's not going to do anything to his strength. I think, though, that I'm going to shrink me first.
You're already shrunk. You shrunk yourself last game.
Did I?
Yep.
Just trying to get the deal. Oh, yeah. Pip shrinks and thinks she said, okay. Sorry, I just had to consult my notes. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to shrink Lodestone. Sorry, buddy. Just because I'd like to make him a smaller target, and he's still going to be able to do everything he can do now. He'll just be shorter while he's doing it, less of a target.
Okay.
At least in theory.
And it probably won't be perfect.
Probably not. I'll apologize in advance for my dice.
Puck's name's already taken. We might have to go with ping pong ball.
Okay. Right.
Shrinking others is good.
Okay. So that is actually a white result.
What does that mean for Lodestone? Because I can't spend karma on it now because I didn't mention ahead of time, right?
He does not shrink.
Okay. So you're good. You're fine. It's all good. It's all fine. No harm, no foul.
All right. And as the androids start to move in, John, you throw up. What sort of weather are you making?
I was thinking, like wind spiral, like throw them around, like how do you say that in English?
Tornado?
Tornado. Yeah, that's the word. Sorry.
All right, so you can increase or decrease the wind speed by number of miles per hour equal to your power rank.
And I am incredible in weather control.
So you can increase the wind speed by 36 miles per hour. So it's not quite hurricane strength, but it is getting there.
And I also have gliding. So I was thinking of like trying to make their life as difficult as I can, and maybe use that for myself.
Perfect. So you start
But
to
now-
lift up as the winds pick up.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Fallen style.
Alright. Well, the Sentinel was going to attack Buzzkill, but now it cannot. So, it is going to try to change its action. But not do so. That's like a -4.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it is going to try to shoot an energy beam at Lodestone for ripping the things, but excellent at -4.
So I would have to declare, just so we're clear, we're new at this. Would I declare dodge during declaration, or before the attack?
During declaration.
Okay. Yeah.
But his excellent goes down to feeble.
Well, last time he hit me with a 99. So
46 on feeble is not a hit, but he does fire off this energy beam, and it kind of like scorches the ground near where you were.
I'm sure Logan didn't notice.
I'm sure he didn't notice at all. The mandroids fly in. The winds, however, will throw off their aim. I'm going to give them a -2 column shift. Basically, kind of like cover.
I'll take it. I had set up an armor last time.
Yep.
Oh, another 99 for Chris.
That is only a yellow, though, so that is a bullseye. So it's a hit. For 26 damage minus the armor that you have up.
My energy solidification is amazing. I'm not yet sure how body armor works.
So it would be 46 points of armor.
Okay.
So it impacts this shield that you threw up. Thankfully, doesn't seem to have any ill effect upon you. Next round. Just so you're aware, York, like right now the winds are at 36 miles per hour. If you use your weather control again, they'll go up to 72 miles an hour, which is hurricane speed.
Okay, I can just keep making it worse.
Okay. And then if you want to roll your power, you could try to change that into a tornado, like basically change the wind direction.
Okay.
All right. So what would folks like to do?
I'm going to go for a Hail Mary.
Sorry.
I'm not sure how complex their computers are, but I still have a feeble attempt to take care of a machine, and that's a machine. Oh, I gotta look this up. You go ahead, Eric.
Sorry?
I said, make your declaration. I gotta look something up.
No problem. Can I increase the wind speed and change the direction to try to make the tornado? Can I do that at the same time, or do I need to choose?
I'll say yes. You'll be at minus 2 column shifts for doing 2 things, but
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
okay. What would Pip like to do?
Am I close enough to be able to try to shrink the sentinel?
You would be. They have to be basically within the same zone as you, so you'd have to move a little bit.
Is that going to take my whole action where I'm tiny?
Nope. What's your endurance?
Uh, my endurance is incredible.
So you can move up to 3 zones.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, being tiny doesn't actually affect your movement ability for some reason.
Short little legs move really fast. I don't know.
Well,
I'm gonna.
if we check on Ant-Man, he seems to move the same distance when he's tiny.
I'm going to try to run up between Lodestone and that bit of rubble beside the Sentinel,
Okay.
and from there, using that kind of as cover, I'm going to try to shrink the Sentinel.
Okay.
And maybe I'll succeed, and it will be permanent.
All right. Buzzkill, what would you like to do?
Most dangerous action figure ever.
I'm gonna try jamming communications again.
I'd
Okay.
be happy failing really well and shrinking them permanently too. That's good.
If I remember well, it keeps his strength.
Okay. Lodestone, what would you like to do?
So, magnetism can be used directly against electronic devices.
Yep.
I'm not sure how that works. Is that like an energy blast, or is that like a feed against its psyche, or it's the Ultimate Powers book? Everything's vague, right? It says the hero can do rank level damage to electronic devices by scrambling internal signal. This is especially effective against magnetic recordings, microchip dependent devices.
Yeah. Is it magnetic manipulation you're using, or?
EE9 magnetism. Energy emission. Because it sounds like it's damage to the computer as opposed to the giant robot.
So yes, you field can affect anything except the magnetism, attracting it with power, rank, strength. Do rank level damage to electronic devices. So yeah, he would be an electronic device. So it would be, you would have to roll an attack. I would say it's basically kind of like I'll say it's like a bolt.
Right. So is that against his armor, or is that a feat against the complexity of the computer?
It's not. It's targeting, just like if you were firing like a fire beam or whatever.
So it'd have to go through armor and all that kind of normal stuff.
I would say in this case, his armor wouldn't affect it, because you're affecting his internal electronics.
But still health damage.
Still health damage.
So I can't just turn it off.
You could try to turn it off, but that would be a power feat. And it would be against... it is affected by... I'm going to say it would be...
Psyche, maybe?
No, it would be based off of kind of the complexity of the machine itself, so you're looking at like an unearthly intensity feat.
All right, because magnetic manipulation, which is a different power, has a specific thing that lets you turn off machines. But obviously, my feeble cannot do unearthly.
It's weird, when they wrote this book, they probably didn't have a concept of motherboards and CPUs.
Well, yeah, it's just a little weird. So, Chris, what I am going to do then, once that's cleared up, I'm going to evade.
Okay.
And I'm going... Does that take your turn?
Yes.
I'll close with this thing, and I'll try to evade. I don't think I can hurt it.
Okay, perfect. All right. The Sentinels still consider you a threat since you're the only one that's actually really done anything to it, so it is going to try to shoot an energy blast at you. The Mandroids are going to continue to try to deal with John over there. So that will be initiative.
Take that, guys.
All right. You guys are up first.
I'll just roll mine just to get it out of the way because it's
Okay.
the communications jam.
Yep.
No karma or anything. I've got to save the rest.
Uh, 36, and what rank?
Remarkable.
That is just a miss, so you cannot jam their comms.
I think I did it in the first round anyway. I just
You-
don't remember how long it lasted or how well I succeeded.
Yeah, that was the first thing you did when the Sentinels and everything came in.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I mean, I can roll my dodging, I guess, or evading. In this case, he's doing a laser attack, so it would be a dodge.
It would be a dodge.
Right. My agility is incredible. $59 on incredible is green.
And green on dodge is -2 column shifts.
Hey, I'll take it.
All right. Pip and John.
I'm going to try to shrink the Sentinel.
Okay. So you come charging up in your tiny, teeny little form.
My tiny, teeny, tiny little form. My little
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna hide behind this bit of rubble while I'm doing it.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll make it easier for the winds to have more of an effect too.
Yeah. Right now, you're like the size of like those big kind of queen ants. So you can like almost literally hide behind a blade of grass.
Yeah, okay then. As long as I'm not, in a spot where it's gonna fall on my head and squish me, it's fine. Oh, 79.
Not bad.
And my power's only a good.
That's probably still pretty good.
That's for
It's yellow.
your diminution is yellow, or
Yes.
is it good? All right.
Let me just double check just to make sure. Yes, it's good.
So it is 10,000 turns times your reason.
I'm sorry, 10,000?
Yep.
My reason's remarkable, so
So
260,000 turns.
26?
So yeah, 260,000 turns.
But not permanent. So that reduces it to what? I have 6.25% of original size
Yep.
listed here.
So he is shrunk for 18 days. And he goes from like 40 feet tall. So much math in a superhero game.
There isn't this one.
I mean, isn't gaming just weird acting and math?
2.5 feet tall?
Yeah, 2.5 feet. Alright. So yeah, out of nowhere, all of a sudden you like You're getting ready to face off with this sentinel, and suddenly it's much smaller than it was. It's like it's shorter than you. It's shorter than Pip, wherever she happens to be. You're not entirely sure. It's like the size of like those old school GI Joe dolls.
It's a big GI Joe.
The old ones were like 20 inches, like the old one from like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, they were bigger than the Megos.
Yeah. That's gonna mess up his day slightly. And John, the winds are picking up, and you guys can feel the winds because his weather control. Weather control is a large area. It's like a 50-mile radius centered on him.
Yeah. I'm not that discreet. Okay, so since I'm doing 2 actions, I have a negative column shift.
Yes, it's -2 column shifts.
I am gonna use karma on that roll. It's probably appropriate to use karma.
34. So the winds continue to pick up, but you can't quite focus them enough. But it is now like hurricane strength winds kind of throughout this area.
Karma, do I need to spend?
You have to declare spends before you roll.
Yep, I said so.
Perfect.
Are you hearing me all right?
Yep, amazing goes down to remarkable. You need a 41, so you would need to spend the minimum of 10.
Are you hearing me all right?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
So you only need to spend the minimum of 10.
Okay, that is noted.
So all of you feel the winds kicking up significantly, and you see these 2 mandroids that are flying, and they're trying to make headway. They start to get a track on John, and then the wind direction shifts suddenly, and they start to spiral. And you see like a little funnel cloud starting to form. It's not quite full tornado strength yet. It's still got a ways to go before it gets there. But it is a significant flying hazard for the 2 of them, and is going to give them a -4 column shift on their attacks. Okay, the Sentinel. Well, the Sentinel was going to try to shoot Lodestone. He's still going to try to shoot Lodestone.
Yeah, -2. I think the evade was.
Yep. So his excellent goes down to typical. So that is a bullseye. So that is going to hit you for 36 damage.
Yeah, I can take that. Down to 98.
And the 2 mandroids are having a real hard time getting any sort of aim on. Their good goes down to. Oh, they can still roll. They are at shift 0. A 76 is just a hit. And an 88 is just hit. So again, your solidified energy shield seems to be absorbing the brunt of their plasma beams. You have the feeling like, I mean, you're not completely out of the woods. If they roll super high, they could get like a kill result or a stun result or something. But it seems like for the most part, your energy solidification is holding quite well, and they will probably be changing tactics on the next round. Back around to declaration phase.
I'm trying to find who declares first.
I don't think it says anywhere. I mean, I'm fine with the, because you guys have higher intuition, I'm fine with the NPCs declaring first.
I mean, there's a pretty big advantage in that, right? So
Yeah.
you almost need to roll first, maybe, or
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Is you declare, then you roll initiative.
kind of seems
Yeah,
backwards, doesn't it?
Depending on who goes first, it might change your action. I think that's why we declare first.
Yeah.
I think if I was game mastering, I wouldn't even tell the people that I declare. I'd just make a note of it myself and not taking it into account what the players were doing.
Yeah, maybe. But given the fact that you guys do have a significant intuition bonus over these guys, I'm fine with declaring first. And then I'll look it up when I get a sec. So the Sentinel is basically it's having a hard time hitting anything with its energy beams. So it like holds up its teeny tiny little hand now, and you can see vents start to open on its fingers as it is going to deploy gas.
Oh,
The Mandroids, realizing that they need to shut John down so they can actually capture him, are going to switch to their neutralizer beams.
Oh no, it's done. My weakness.
But you guys can declare.
I'm going to try to shrink one of the mandroids.
Okay. So you go tearing off in that direction.
It's really the only skill I have.
It's effective because they get harder to hit, but if you connect, you do 2 extra column shifts of damage.
Hmm. Like the sound of that.
My plan is. Oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead. So Pip is going to go running after Mandroids.
Yeah, my plan is through the weather control, make some thunder fall in the storm, and I'm gonna use energy solidification to make like barbs of lightning in the storm, and just have the Mandroid who are stuck in the spinning, just spin in the solidified lightning.
Gotcha. Okay.
The lightning coming from the sky is mostly for visual effect, as I have energy emission, so I guess I can make the emission and solidify it.
Okay. All right. What would Lodestone and Buzzkill like to do?
I'm going to repeat the last thing. I think killing the communication is pretty important right now.
Okay.
Kill the communications before Logan kills us.
I'm going to try something weird, Chris,
Sure.
because we're playing a new game and we don't know how it works. There's a tornado to my right,
There's one brewing. Yes.
and there's a little tiny sentinel here. That probably doesn't weigh very much. I'm going to try to throw it into the weather.
I like it.
Excellent idea.
So I might have to grapple it first, maybe, or
You would have to grapple it first.
so I'll try to do 2 actions. Like a grapple and then a toss if I can get a hold of it.
Okay.
Again, just experimenting with the new system.
Oh, interesting. In the order of things, it says the judge determines what is happening in the world around heroes involving those characters and actions not controlled by the players. He notes these to himself,
Oh,
or if he wishes, writes them down. And then the players determine what they are going to do.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
There we go. All right. So yes. So you're gonna try to grab and throw the sentinel. John is calling down some lightning. Pip is running over towards the mandroids, and Buzzkill is trying to keep the comms jammed.
Yeah,
Perfect. All right.
because I can't hurt these guys.
Neither can any of the rest of us. Oh, initiative. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. All right. You guys are up. So Lodestone, I need you to make a fighting roll.
Cabin right at the end.
My fighting is remarkable. $87 gets me the yellows.
I believe a yellow is what you need.
I think so too. Yeah.
Just found the section on more than one action in the same round. This is technically more than one attack, but good to know. So yes, you do need a yellow intensity.
Okay, so we got that.
Okay, so that means you can do your two things.
Right. And they're lowered by a column shift or two or something, right?
Minus 2 column shifts.
Okay, so my grapple is strength based.
Yep.
My strength is amazing. Down 2 is remarkable. And to get a partial hold, I need a yellow. So I'm going to spend karma.
Okay.
66 is my yellow target. That's expensive.
25 karma.
Oh, my karma. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah. I'll just make a note, do the math later. So I've grabbed him for partial. I'm not sure what that means.
Partial means he can still do something. He's just at minus 2 column shifts.
Do I do damage to him?
You do not.
Okay, so second action is just to simply toss him into the wind. He weighs, I don't know what he weighs now, but
He still weighs probably about a good 4 or 5 tons.
okay. So my strength is, I think, 50 ton.
Yeah, he's still well within your capacity, but it's enough to know that however Pip's power works, it does not seem to affect the mass.
So this plan isn't going to work out so great.
And actually throw a sentinel at a mandroid, it hits a tiny projectile of very much mass.
So we will treat it as a throwing blunt, which is an agility check.
Okay, I'm not spending karma on this one. Agility, incredible. 21. That's a white.
Yep. So you toss the sentinel. He goes flying. He doesn't hit a mandroid or anything, and the winds don't really seem to affect him terribly much. But he is thrown away. He is thrown 4 areas away.
Oh, well, that's even past where they're at. That did not work out at all.
Okay. All right. And you guys are still up.
So how many of the mandroids are still up?
2.
Oh no. But the
I rolled a 33 on mine.
I haven't attacked them yet. You want me to attack first, see how it goes?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it'll make it an easier target as opposed to a harder one.
Okay. So, thunder crash from the skies and doesn't go away. It solidifies as barbed wire of spikes of lightning in between the mandroid, or just fall around in a bunch of lightning spikes. So I'm gonna roll energy solidification. It's at amazing.
Okay.
So I roll on that column,
Yep.
and I'm not gonna spend karma.
73 is a yellow. We'll say this is specifically barbed wire, so we'll treat this as an edged attack, I think.
Like that has like light full of little spikes of lightning that just solidify as a sharp point thing.
Yep. So that will do damage and stun.
My first enemy of the game.
He is probably not stunned.
Probably not.
Not for 69 turns.
So that's a yellow. So he is not stunned, but he will take the damage from your energy solidification. So that was remarkable, was it?
Amazing.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Perfect. He does have some body armor.
You put the symbol for the 2 feet while you're flying. Trevor?
Yep. If you right-click your token, there should be a little elevation marker, and you can just use that. Just count the number of areas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's elevation. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll say like you're 2 areas up. So you're probably about a good 100 or so feet in the air. Normally you would drop each round, but because of the winds, it's kind of keeping you at a relatively even keel.
All right.
Yeah, because Trevor is flying. I am just gliding on the wind I create.
Yep. All right. Pip.
Yeah. Oh.
I wreck one a bit, but it's still up.
I'm gonna try to shrink the other one.
Okay.
We'll see if I manage. Ooh, that was 39.
Nope.
Nope, not with a 39.
No, not even close.
All right. The Sentinel is going to change his action, and he's no longer going to release gas, and is instead going to start making his way back. He's basically out of commission this round. Next round, he will make his way up to like where John and Pip are, just because the winds are significantly affecting his flight. So, buy you a little bit of breathing room.
More importantly, it's out of the park.
Yep. Very important. It's out of the park. And the mandroids are going to fire their neutralizer guns at John. They need a 76 or better because they're having a hard time with all the winds.
Is it a thing that remove your power? Is that in that sense of neutralizer?
Yep. Okay. So they fire these strange bluish beams at you. Go very wide. They're like as they're like trying to they're still in the air and they're trying to like hold steady and fire, and every time they do, the winds buffet them this way or that way, and they're having a really hard time getting a shot. They should probably consider landing. Next round, Lodestone, the neutralizer has worn off.
Oh, that's much better.
Right.
And okay, we got to declare, right?
Yep. I know what they're going to do. So
I'm gonna move one zone up, and I'm gonna increase the wind even more.
okay. And just so you're aware, for weather control, it won't matter during this this fight, but you can control the weather for a number of minutes per day equal to your health.
Oh. Okay, good to know. Minutes per day equal to L.
Yeah. So you can control over the course of a day. You have 98 minutes of weather control.
Which is all of them.
Do we have a conversion from round to minutes?
I think it's 10 rounds to a minute.
Yeah, I think it's 6 seconds.
Yeah. So, I think.
So it might matter if you're crossing a desert, but
Yeah. I'll double check that just in case.
I think there's a potential loss of
Yeah.
karma for property damage.
Yep. The effect the power has over the weather does not instantly vanish when the hero rests. The changes the hero made to continue for a while before things return to their original state. Lingering effects last an amount of time equal to the time spent actively controlling the weather. So these winds will continue for a while. I mean, for now they'll continue for like 30 seconds or so, but
Yeah, depending on how long that fight goes, might stay a bit.
just, all right. Just had to do some quick reading. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Well, I got a thematic. I mean, this is a comic book game, right?
Yep.
So we got to do comic book stuff. So I'm going to, now that my powers are back up to full strength, I'm going to set the Sentinel with my magnetism that he's attracting my belt buckle, and I'm going to soar at him and try to punch him in the head.
Okay.
I'm going to magnetize his face shield.
Okay. All right.
Because why not?
What would anybody else like to do?
Repeat what I did last time.
Okay, trying to keep their comms jammed.
And keep up with the people.
Okay. So you're just flying a little bit closer?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I'm still trying to shrink them.
Okay.
Is shrinking all you have?
Yeah. I can make things small, or I can heal me.
What's your stats? Your fighting and strength and so on.
My strength is only good. My fighting is remarkable, but I'm itty bitty.
It's the sort of thing where you really need to get Pip like a weapon of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
All right. What would John like to do?
Like you said, I will be moving one zone up and increasing wind speed to make the Mandroid crash into the lightning more and have even more trouble flying.
Okay. All right. Initiative. Oh, I might maybe tie initiative.
Best case, yeah.
Nope. All right. You guys are up. You have successfully moved the fight outside the park.
All right, I'll just make my roll.
Okay.
This is a clutch roll. Oh God, thank you.
Perfect. All right. So the good news is you have successfully managed to jam the Sentinel's comms in time that it cannot broadcast your capabilities to the central computer.
It was 3 rounds, I think you said, Chris.
It is 3 rounds.
Yeah. Oh God.
This is round 3 since it started analyzing you.
Clutch drift.
I'm useful today.
All right. The rest of you, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm punching the sentinel, so
Okay.
no idea how you want to do that, but
It is a fighting roll at -2 column shifts.
fighting roll.
Sorry, -1 column shift.
Mark will go down to excellent. That's a miss.
That is a botch actually.
No, 20,
20.
excellent is white.
Yeah, sorry, I saw 02.
Oh,
All right, so yeah, that is a miss. It's so much smaller than you were expecting.
right.
Right. That will leave us with so John, the weathers pick up. The winds are now 72 is 36. The winds are now almost 100 miles an hour. It is getting ferociously bad out here. And Pip.
Let's see if I can shrink it.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
You're having a hard time. You're reaching out. You're trying to grab this this mandroid, and it's like just out of your reach. And you jump up because they are flying slightly. You jump up, and the winds kind of push you to the side. You're like, "Argh."
There is a downside to being this small.
Okay. Sentinel is going to try to change its action because it doesn't need to fly anywhere anymore. So that'll be a -2 column shift, as it is going to try to energy beam lodestone at a lot. Excellent goes down by 3. Not with a 6.
Probably not. Oh, it could be a botch.
It could be a botch. It is a botch. It is dazed.
That's very good news.
The mandroids are going to land, and they will have to try to change their action. What is their fight?
Oh, Anita. Oh, yeah.
What?
I'll let you know after Chris does the mandrakes.
Just send me a message.
He's killing her.
I don't do well with suspense.
Yellow agility. Nope. Nope.
I don't know if I can.
I think you can.
I can try.
Or just like a left boot. Like it is now 3 inches tall.
right.
If I can roll.
So the mandroids land and they look around. They don't see anybody. Essentially, I failed their agility check, so they couldn't change their action. So their action was to basically try to grapple John, but they could not do that because he moved. Declaration phase. They're gonna do that. It's gonna do that. Okay.
For my part, I'm gonna try to materialize a lightning spear with energy solidification and ram one of the mandroid with it.
Okay.
What's the
Like
power of your magnetic control?
Sorry,
What's the power level of your weather control?
my weather control is incredible, and my energy solidification is amazing. Is that from what I see, weather control gives them like bad effect. If I want to actually take them down, I need to take something that is more like actively destroying them.
Yep. You can call down lightning with your weather control. That will do your power ranking damage.
Right. Could I call down lightning on one of them and try to solidify the lightning through it?
You sure can.
I'm gonna do that. That sounds fun. You were one of the first guy. My two amazing power are energy solidification and hypnotic control. Hypnotic control doesn't seem like a good plan right now.
I think I'm just going to hit the sentinel. I got to see if my strength can actually damage it. Try to tear its head off.
Okay.
Buzzkill's keeping the comms down, so
Okay. Perfect. What's Pip doing?
I'm gonna try to shrink one of the mandroids. Again.
Okay.
What's your endurance?
Incredible.
Do you have any speed moves or distance or travel towers or anything?
Just as a note, a charging attack is based off of endurance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because that's what I'm going to do next. And my endurance is not nearly as good as yours.
I'm gonna see if I can shrink just part of something.
That would be a power stunt.
Okay.
So that would cost 100 karma to attempt, and then a red power result.
oh,
Yeah, I spent 117 karma to wake up Lodestone.
Are they in? Is it like a one-piece armor?
In as much as you could call like Iron Man's armor one piece.
Would I be able to shrink a boot?
No, it is considered one piece for that purpose.
Okay, that's what I was kind of
Yeah.
getting at. Okay.
Like if he had like a gun in his hand, you could try to shrink the gun, for example.
or if like the helmet was knocked off, you could try to shrink the person.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
But because it's a comic book, like if you successfully shrink him, then you shrink him and his armor at once. Comic book
Yep.
logic.
Gotcha.
All right. John was calling down lightning. Buzzkill, what were you doing?
I'm going to try that charging attack. I can move 8 areas per turn, or round, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I want to get 3 rounds, and I want to charge a mandroid.
Okay. So you're gonna like kind of fly out in an arc and then come in, so you get like
Right.
maximum distance.
Yeah, and my energy sheath is on because it always turns on whenever I use my troop flight.
Yep.
Or any of my powers, really.
All right. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. All right. Initiative. You guys go first. I really need to make some villains with like some intuition. All right.
I mean, just so you're aware, Lodestone's intuition is stupid high, right? Like,
Anyone who has intuition has left the country by now.
That's true.
Lodestone's intuition's the size of Logan's and Daredevil's.
All right.
Not high.
And they're miserable all the time.
So you guys are up.
All right, let's try that charging thing. We're
Sure.
charging new things, right?
Yeah.
So it maxes out at 3 areas. I'm going to do like a quick turn and slam into somebody. Probably that guy. And we'll see what happens, because this could backfire on me. Yep.
What's your endurance?
Excellent. But excellent body armor, too.
That's a miss.
So character scoring a miss result inflicts no damage. In addition, you continue to move for half your speed round up after the attack.
Oh, you're down by us.
That works.
That's really important if you're like fighting in some place where like you might hit a building or something.
Yep.
Right. So Buzzkill goes like flying like right past, and maybe the winds make it a little bit difficult. But yeah, you just like blow right past the Mandroid down by where Lodestone and this teeny tiny Sentinel are fighting. All right.
It still feels bigger than I am.
All right. So Lodestone, Pip, or John.
So I'm gonna call lightning on one of them and
Okay.
solidify it as it's through it.
Okay.
Um,
So energy attacks use agility to hit.
Yep, that's not good. Well, it's actually good, which is a problem.
Yep. You got a 50-50 chance.
That's why I wanted to solidify it in my hand and run it with my hand, because I got good fighting and good strength. Now I know why.
That'd be a power stunt.
But a 58 is a hit.
Excellent.
And that is amazing damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And the lightning strikes and stays there. There's a couple of barbed wire of lightning around, but since they're not flying anymore, you're not ramming into them, so I'm bringing the lightning to them.
Perfect. So as these bolts of lightning hit, they just kind of solidify. So there are enough kicking around now that you can basically just kind of grab one and use it as a melee weapon if you want it.
Great.
Okay.
I want one of those.
Right. Loads.
Technically, I'm throwing as a skill. I don't know what if that helps in that, but I am throwing as a skill.
It would help you if you grab one of these and then throw it like Zeus does.
Pretty good.
Okay. I believe Lodestone and Pip are up.
Strike a fool, Pip.
Well, I'll try. See if it works.
Oh, there you go.
64. That's a green.
All right. So yes, he will be shrunk for. I think it's a.
Health, wasn't it?
No, it's based off of reason. I think it's 100 times your reason rank. Maybe it's 1,000 times your reason rank. He is shrunk for the remainder of this combat.
Excellent.
For the most part, it only matters if your reason is super low or if you roll a red result.
Yeah, I'm not even sure shrinking does anything good or bad.
-1 column shift to be hit, but +1 column shift to damage.
Oh, okay. So it's harder to hit the Sentinel, but I do more damage when I hit him.
Correct.
Okay. Let's punch a Sentinel. Ah! That's great.
Somebody else.
79. I think I'm remarkable down to excellent for -1. 79 is still
Yep.
yellow.
Yep. So that is a possible slam.
There you go. And then damage would be +1, you said? That's not a slam.
That is not a slam, not even a little bit. But yeah, +1 damage.
Strength's amazing goes up to fantastic, which is 56.
Okay. Ooh, damage on the Sentinel.
Question is how much?
Some, because he does have body armor.
Like some or like a lot?
You did a remarkable amount of damage to him.
Oh, well, that's something.
Actually, wait. Sorry. 56?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a remarkable amount of damage to him. Alright. My turn. Well, the mandroids are going to try to shoot at Pip. They have -2 because of her size. 3.
Be a botch.
3 is a dazed. And the tiny guy. Also misses. So yeah, they're definitely tracking you, Pip. But they're having a hard time actually getting a lock due to your size. And then the Sentinel is going to energy beam Lodestone at +1 column shift.
It's dazed from its botch.
It is dazed from its botch. It is not going to do that. It is not going to do anything this turn. Alright.
Their action.
Yeah, I just gotta figure what they're gonna do. They're gonna do that. It's gonna do that. Okay. So declarations.
I'm gonna try that charging attack again. Let's see what happens if I get it right.
Okay.
John is going to glide in, grab one of his lightning on the ground, and try to skewer the mandroid who is still full size.
Okay.
Oh, is the full size one the one I already heard a bit?
The full sized one is the injured one. Yes.
Okay, because I want to finish one. I wonder. Oh.
I'm going to move away from Sentinel, like we're getting off map kind of here. But
Yeah.
I'm going to move off like a couple areas from an area from the Sentinel, not going into the park, and I'm going to try to scramble its computers.
Okay. Just trying to find the thing on melee weapons.
I think it's if its material strength is greater than your strength, it's +1.
Buzzkill's charging. You're screwing things up, doing that. What's Pip doing?
The only thing she seems to know how to do. Try to make it smaller so that when they smack it, it goes splat.
I'm going to, just so you know, like with an incredible endurance, charging is a viable option for you.
Yeah, because each area you go through adds a column shift. So your incredible
Okay.
goes to
I'll give it a
amazing,
shot.
then monstrous, then...
I'll give it a shot, and if worse comes to worse, I can heal myself.
There you go.
You know, if I miss and it just turns around and goes, whoosh.
All right. I know what the bad guys are doing. Come on. Oh, I could win this one.
Tie.
It is a tie. I'll say tie goes to you guys.
I mean, if we re-rolled, it probably would.
Carry it on.
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll first. Nope.
Zoom, zoom. You're trying to pull like your best cannonball. You can't quite line up with this this tiny little sentinel or this tiny little mandroid.
It's all the wind, right?
It's all the wind and the, you know. I mean, the mandroid is like 4.5 inches tall right now. So.
Oh well.
All right.
I'll do mine. Mine's really easy.
I made the 2 rolls I had to make today.
Well, I mean, comms are up again, so. Because I stunned it last round, but. I'll move here, and I will attempt a shooting attack.
Okay.
Which is agility, I think. I'm not sure how long it lasts, the scramble thing.
Yeah.
I base it off of the whether it's a white, green, yellow, or red. So the last one Buzzkill got was a yellow, so it's going to last for a little while longer than the first one he got, which was 3 rounds.
Oh, okay. Hey, I have a sleight of hand. I wonder if I could pickpocket a sentinel that's 2 feet tall.
They'd rather just see
But
her.
agility is incredible. It's 1 harder, right?
Yep.
So remarkable. $58. It should be just a hit.
Yep.
Amazing damage. And you said that was going to bypass armor, I think.
Yep.
That's a chunk.
Yeah, that's a good chunk. In D&D terms, the sentinel is bloodied.
Oh, wow. We haven't done a real fight in this, so we don't know what we're doing.
That's right.
Are we doing good? Are we losing? I don't know.
All right. So that would take us to Pip and John.
I'll give it a charge.
Okay. So you like back up a zone and then charge a zone.
Run, run, run. I hope for the best.
$94. Nice.
Oh. And that was based on endurance?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I have an incredible endurance. So incredible. That's a red.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a stun potential.
Just trying to find it. Charging. Must move at least 1 area to make a charging attack. May move its entire movement rate to reach the combat. For each area the character moves through before reaching combat, you get a +1 column shift up to a maximum of +3.
On your endurance.
Oh dear.
Yep, so your endurance would go up to amazing. Charging attacks are resolved in the universal table. Character scoring a miss result does no damage. Character scoring a hit result inflicts up to his maximum current endurance or his body armor rank of damage, whichever is higher, plus 2 additional points of damage for every area covered in the attack.
So 39 damage.
Okay. No, because she'd go from incredible up to amazing.
Oh, it counts the amazing one.
Yeah.
It counts that too. So
Yeah.
48 damage.
49? 48?
48 damage. Character scoring slam result inflicts damages for hit and in addition may slam an opponent. If the attacker's body armor is greater than the rebounded damage. Okay, if the defender's body armor is greater than the damage inflicted, the damage is rebounded onto the attacker. It is not.
I really hope not.
Whew. But if it was, I could heal.
Yeah, people have charged Captain America's shield and it didn't work out well.
77 on a slam. That's probably a stagger.
That should be on stun.
Oh, no, it's a possible slam, isn't it? Or possible stun?
Charging red is stun, according to your chart.
Okay.
Slam is yellow.
Okay. He only has excellent endurance. 77. Still yellow. So he is not stunned. Barely not stunned.
Damn.
Still hit him like a truck, though.
That's the best roll I'm gonna get, period, in this game ever. So
Can I ask a question? When I'm
Yep.
rolling, am I rolling with the column shifts
Yeah,
to hit or just damage?
both.
Okay, because I hit him then.
Oh, okay then.
I think both times.
Okay, so we'll backtrack to the last one because it's easier for me to find.
Yeah, both of them were 37s, so I
Okay.
need a 36.
And which one were you charging?
This past one was, I guess the small mandroid.
Okay. So plus 3 column shift onto your endurance or your body armor, whichever is better for you.
They're both the same.
Okay, so
Excellent.
Alright, so excellent plus 3 goes up to amazing. So as we've already discovered, that is more than he has armor, so it does not bounce off onto you.
Which was my worry. Which is why I'll never do a run area attack, charge attack.
All right, there's now injuries on all of them.
All right, the worm has turned.
All right, John, you're up.
I'm gonna grab the lightning and glide in charging on to skewer him with the lightning. So it's a fighting attack
Okay.
with a lightning weapon.
Okay.
So I roll fighting for that.
You do roll fighting for that.
Good. Fighting is amazing. 69. Nice.
That is a yellow. That is a possible. That's a possible slam attack.
This is loading.
Uh, 31. Ooh, that is a grand slam.
Uh-oh. This is where you make comic book panels.
So
Like take the lightning into a weapon.
So you grab that solidified lightning bolt and you run up and just like jam it into him with such force that you like knock him back, and as Lodestone is backed away from the Sentinel and the Sentinel is turning towards Lodestone. This Mandroid goes like flying between the two of them, and with that ends up crumpled in a heap.
What?
He is out of the fight.
Oh, sorry. Out of the heat.
He lands in a heap. So I don't have to worry about what he was going to do. So a tiny little mandroid is going to shoot a tiny little pip.
Little Ant-Man fight.
Yeah, this huge fight going on in the background, and then these like tiny little.
Come fight someone, you just dies.
Oh, that is a hit. That is going to be. Oh, it's going to be a lot of damage on poor Pip. That is 46 damage.
Oh God.
Oh my. That's not good.
Yep. So yeah, you're dodging, and like it's 4.5 feet or 4.5 inches tall, and you're like 2 inches tall. It still manages to get a beat on you, and its plasma beam just like knocks into you.
So that goes against my what?
Your health, unless you have body armor.
Not that I recall.
Yep. So 46 off your health.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we ended up trading away the armor that we got from
Yep.
the mobs. Ouch. Okay. I've still got 50 left.
And
Could not make the armor work with the biotag on them and stuff like that.
And the Sentinel is going to release some remarkable potency gas in a 2-area range.
Well, there is a windstorm going on.
There is a windstorm, so that'll be an endurance check against remarkable intensity from Lodestone, since he was targeting you. And I'll give you a +2 column shift bonus because of the winds.
So I need a green by the sounds of it.
Okay.
Because it's 3 to make it auto win, and it's 2 is green.
Right.
I think. What does that roll? 41. Do I want to spend karma? No, I'm just gonna roll.
Okay. Okay.
Oof.
Perfect. So yeah, it like disperses this gas towards you, but before it gets to you, the wind has largely caused it to dissipate. That's both of my guys.
You know, that first character I rolled, my health was 16, so and my karma was 21, so it's not like I had anything good.
He could talk to machines.
Yes. Like I said, if I had rolled his powers, if half his powers didn't roll feeble, I would have kept them.
All right. Okay.
Declaration.
Yep. Sentinel's going to do that. Mandarin's going to do that. Okay.
And Anita, I want to point out that charging attack. If you hit that guy with a cement truck, it wouldn't do nearly the damage what you did with your charge attack. Just so you're aware how hard you're hitting this thing.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ant-Man charge work.
You hit like the She-Hulk.
It slammed me back and it hurt.
Declaration, I'm going to try to bring the fight back, not into the park, but to the north.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my shoot thing again.
Okay.
Seems to be working.
Yeah, your magnetism does seem to be very effective against these things.
And it will, as long as we can keep comms down.
Yep.
Because once they learn that, then they stop being affected by your powers.
Then they start using like clay polymers and
Yeah.
And oddly enough, titanium is non-ferrous.
It is not. Yeah.
All right. What would the rest of you like to do?
Charging attack on that sentinel in the middle.
On the sentinel.
Yeah, and my normal electrical form, just high speed right at him.
All right.
Make sure I get 3 areas in too. If I have to loop, I'll do it.
Okay. No problem. Just so you're aware, the +3 column shifts is the maximum column shifts, but every area you go through adds more damage with no upper limit.
Okay.
So like you could get. You said your maximum acceleration is 8.
Yeah.
So.
But with the turn, I'm thinking that's.
Yeah. So even if you hit him at like from 5 areas away.
All right, let's do that.
Because that would give you +10 damage on top of your +3 to your endurance. So.
Perfect.
It's like practically a whole column shift in itself. All right. John and Pip.
Planning on using my my lightning weapon to try to stab and pick up the tiny mandroid.
Okay.
You want to do a combined attack, Pip?
We can try.
I mean, he's between us. Oh.
All right. What would Pip like to do?
How were you thinking about combining our attacks somehow?
Well, you can swing it pretty hard. So I was thinking maybe trying to push it in the direction of my blow.
I can try.
Let's try that.
Perfect. All right. And I picture, since Pip is like 2 inches tall, I imagine sort of like just like jumping up and landing like that full 130 odd pounds of force in a tiny little area. That's how I picture.
Yeah, I'm dropping a dump truck on his toe.
Yeah, that's how I picture Ant-Man doing this sort of thing, right?
All of the weight in a pin, in a tiny pin.
All right. Perfect. So, who would like to roll initiative?
I would like to roll initiative.
Oh, I could tie this one. Nope. Technically, I could tie this one. All right. So you guys are up.
Well, we tried that combo attack first.
Sure.
All right.
I'll get my terrible dice roll out of the way.
So the way combining things works is you guys can decide who's going to make the actual roll, and then because your abilities are within 1 column shift of each, whoever's making the roll gets a +1 column shift bonus.
Well, in that case, how about we get York to roll the die, because his
Common
dice-
sense.
Yeah, his
Roll
dice
with
are
I can roll with my amazing fighting to try to line this up.
So you have amazing fighting because Pip is charging, which pushes her up to amazing as well. So you would get a +1 column shift on your fighting.
Oh, that's cool.
So your fighting would go up to fantastic because of Pip's help.
Teamwork makes the brain work.
Yeah. And assisting only works if you're within 1 column of the other. Otherwise, you're not providing any assistance at all.
Oh, that's nice. So we need to make sure we can be useful to each other.
All right, 57 on fantastic is a yellow result, which is
Just barely, but a yellow.
Yep. So it does damage and a possible slam attack. And again, the damage goes up by 1, so it would be fantastic level damage.
56. Solid.
And a possible slam. 1d3 on excellent. He is staggered. So he basically kind of falls down in the zone he's in.
4.
Could the energy manipulate the lightning into a golf club?
Target is knocked back step 2, perhaps knocked to 1 knee, but is fully capable of engaging combat the next round. Attack results indicate target 60 damage to hit is no longer considered adjacent to his attacker. And then if he's like, on a cliff or something, then he would like, ah!
Nice.
And have an obscure death as a villain. So
really dead or not?
So you guys kind of like, line up. John on one side, Pip on the other, and basically, as Pip kind of launches into this tiny little mandroid, kind of like knocks him up in the air a little bit. You kind of swing that lightning bolt like a baseball, like a t-ball almost, and connect very subtly between the two of you. He takes a significant amount of damage. There's like sparks flying off his armored suit and all that sort of stuff. And down against the Sentinel.
Go get him, Chef. Take him out.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm curious about your body armor versus.
That's a hit.
Okay. So you go up to amazing, I believe, with the 3 column shifts.
That's correct.
So 46 goes up to 56 because of the areas. This model of Sentinel only has remarkable body armor.
Oh, nice. What's your sheath?
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but he gets the column shifts, right?
Mm.
So that should be a significant amount of damage, especially with the extra 10, right?
Yeah, it's if you did not do damage to him, then the damage reflects back to you. So you do 56. Okay, he is definitely feeling it.
Oh, I was hoping you got a kill there.
The Sentinel's probably got 2 rounds left in him.
Let's see about that.
Those beats are tough.
So Lodestone moves up. And it's taking a shot.
Okay.
And misses.
Yep. Oh, the Sentinel might have 3 rounds left in him. Alright, so he is going to try
That's not much, though.
He's going to try to shoot Lodestone with his energy beams, because Lodestone is being problematic, and also he has you locked in.
Yeah.
22 is not going to be super effective. 22 is a miss. And this poor Mandroid can't attack until next round because he was staggered. All right. Sentinel. Sentinel's going to try that. Mandroid is tired of being tiny. He's going to try to do that. Okay. Declarations from you guys.
I think I'm going to renew the communications jam.
Just in case?
Just in case, because it's been a few rounds.
Okay.
And if I fail, I want another chance at it.
Perfect. All right.
I'm gonna rinse and repeat again. I'm gonna try to pull this fight back up with the group, but we're making sure we're not going in the park because maybe that's a technicality in Logan's brain.
Gotcha. So there's raging fight along the outskirts of the park.
As long as we don't cross the fence.
Yeah. Periodically kind of like looking over at the fence. It's in the background of the panel. Logan's just sitting there sipping his beer.
Every 5 or 6 panel, there's a panel where there's just a fence looking harmless.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that we're more worried about Logan than we are about the Sentinel.
Wouldn't you? You saw a lot of dead sentinels already.
Okay. All right. What would John and Pip like to do?
I was trying to think of a visual for that. He has his stagger on the ground.
Yeah, he is able to act this round.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna like stab down to try to pin him down with the lightning.
Okay.
Pip, if you want to attack it while I hold it down.
Sure.
Well, I mean, combination that seems to be successful so far. So.
All right. Now, let's see if I can win initiative for once.
The odds are with you.
Oh, this clutch roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So the Sentinel kicks in its little tiny afterburners and then charges into Lodestone.
That's not good.
So that goes up to that. Oh, that's really not good.
That's really not good.
We're good.
Oh, that is definitely a possible stun. And that is what, through 2 rounds? That is 100 points of damage.
That takes me out, so I don't have to roll the stun. I only had 98 left.
If it hadn't moved 2 areas, it would have only done 96. And it is a possible stun that you don't have to worry about. But yeah, you guys see this little Sentinel just like full bore
Right in the forehead.
into Lodestone and just drops him. The Mandroid only has good agility, -2. That is going to miss it. It misses Pip with its neutralizer beam. You guys are up.
What is this once again, Pip?
I'll just roll,
Okay.
since mine's just a simple. No. I might have unjammed them.
So yes, you are positive that whatever frequency hopping that they're using, you are no longer able to jam them.
Storm interference.
Storm interference.
Blame it on Storm. Pip want me to roll for a combined attack?
Yes, please. Your luck is much better than mine.
Let's go.
Anybody's is better than mine.
86. That sounds good.
86. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yep, that will be enough to take that thing out.
So I pin it down with the lightning, and Pip take a running and start to punch his head away from his body.
It's like
Or put his head away from his body.
it's like the world's tiniest Hogan leg drop.
Hey, broken toes hurt.
That's true. All right, you guys are up. You see Lodestone down on the ground. This tiny little sentinel standing over him. Hovering over him, I guess. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we need to finish that fight fast. I was thinking of gliding one zone to try to skewer him with my lightning. I think it's the best I can do. Yep.
I'm gonna charge that sentinel by Tony so it doesn't drag him away.
Okay.
We can either all attack or try to do something combined. Depending on what you feel is better, try to drop that sentinel as fast as possible.
Okay.
Bring up the guy with amazing strength, if you can.
All right. And initiative. What's everybody's intuition now?
Good for me.
Yep. I have good intuition.
Anita,
Sorry, which stat?
initiative or intuition.
I was gonna say I don't have one. It's excellent.
You're rolling.
Oh, what? Dude. Is it still a D100?
No, it's just 1d10.
Oh,
And you get a +1 bonus.
well, that's good.
Oh, you missed me already.
Oh,
Is letting Anita roll worth the
Always.
+1?
the cannibals are.
I mean, with our good intuition, I
Sorry.
guess we would get
Like-
negative on that.
Fighting mosquitoes here too.
Yay!
Yep.
I knew of a bad until you shut me up.
That's
Uh,
me defying expectations.
so I need Logan to
Huge
make
bad
an endurance check.
I assume Lodestone.
Lodestone, sorry. And you do not want to get a blue result on this.
Endurance. I have real endurance. The odds of that are very, very slim.
So you said you had remarkable?
Yep, makes it green.
Okay. Alright. Character reaches 0 health, becomes unconscious, stays that way for at least 1 to 10 rounds. Player rolls an endurance feat for the character and consults the kill column.
Oh, God.
If the result is no effect, the character is stunned for 1 to 10 rounds and may regain consciousness. If the result is endurance loss, the character begins to lose endurance ranks. Character loses 1 endurance rank per turn. This loss is temporary, but for further endurance checks, the rank number is considered to be the highest for that rank. 1 rank is lost per turn until the character reaches shift 0. When the character slips below shift 0, the character is deceased. So you will start losing endurance at the rate of 1 per round.
And I'm stunned for how long?
If it's a no effect, if you'd gotten a yellow or a red, you'd only be stunned as opposed to dying.
Oh, so I'm just still dying. Okay.
Yep, you lose 1 endurance per round. So
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So people have 7 rounds to do something about it. All right. So Buzzkill, you were dragging Lodestone.
Charging.
Oh, you're charging the Sentinel again?
Yep.
Okay.
That hits. See, I wanted to stop him from dragging Lodestone away, because that's a Sentinel MO.
Gotcha. So that is a hit. I think we established before. That was 56 damage at your full capacity.
Yep.
That is a solid hit on the Sentinel. It's still around, but it is looking very ragged. John and Pip, you guys are up.
I bring down the lightning spear to try to pin it down. Make it easier for Pip to charge it.
Oh shit! Actually, one sec. I completely forgot the extra column shift to damage on the Sentinel because of its size. I even made it tiny so I would know it was shrunk.
Well, that's monstrous damage. That's like Ben Grimm hitting it.
Yep. So that is still not enough to drop it, but it is very, very close now. Okay. So -1 column shift to hit it, but +1 column shift to damage with your fighting.
Yep. And +1 column shift because of Pip's help.
Sorry, +1 because of...
Pip's
Pip
help.
help.
Right, yep. The tag team. Oh, that's a good hit. That is enough to drop the Sentinel.
All right.
It was about time. We need to help Lodestone as fast as possible. I don't know what we can do because I don't have healing powers, but
I can't move on that fight.
Pip does.
Pip can heal itself. He's regenerating. Unless the blood transfusion can spare that.
All right. So in order to stabilize, there are the following options. You can stabilize your endurance for 1 round by spending 50 karma. You can make another endurance feat by spending 200 karma. Or if a friend, ally, enemy, or passerby attempts to aid you, the loss of endurance is halted. You are still unconscious for a D10 more hours, but you are no longer dying. If somebody is trained with first aid or medicine, they are able to aid individuals who have reached shift 0. So there's no roll. You guys just have to basically go like, Lodestone, are you okay? Speak to me, buddy. Speak to me, buddy.
Wake up, Slap.
Would I be able to pick up Lodestone with incredible strength?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Easily.
I'm just not sure what incredible, amazing, and represent.
Incredible's like Spider-Man or something.
Yeah, Incredible's somewhere around like 10 or 20 tons.
Okay, I'm quite good.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Lodestone, and we need to hide him so we can pick him up. Can I carry someone with me to an energy path, or would that be a fun?
You can carry a weight up to your power rank in energy path.
Incredible.
Sorry, what was your energy path?
Incredible.
Incredible's lots, yeah.
Yeah.
I pick up the Lodestone and touch the live wires to just carry myself and him back to the lair as discreetly as possible.
Okay. So yes, you can transform and tow along an additional mass equal to, based on the power rank. So with Incredible, that's however many tons of extra material you can bring.
I mean, he looks big, but he's not that big.
We could pick up the tiny mandroids and tiny sentinels to when they unshrink back, we can stab into the pieces.
You can.
Bag, but we can grab them. Like the easiest action figure ever.
So yeah, you can bring the Mandroid armor and the Sentinels back. Big question is, what are you going to do with the people in the Mandroid armor?
Oh, I thought they were like robots. I didn't think there were people in there.
They are not. Like when you start taking the stuff off, there's actual people inside the armor.
Oh, I didn't know that. John has a moment of like feeling bad because he was thinking like he was just like skewering robots and think there were people in those things. Oh, we need to go dump those people like away. Are they dead? Are they like unconscious?
They are currently unconscious.
I don't want those people in my there. Uh, you guys have any idea where I can drop them? I can ferry them through the electron highway, but where do I drop them?
Outer space would be my preference, but I don't know if you can do that.
The energy grid don't go there, and they would not.
Solar would, but
and they're probably going to stay tiny for a while. Put them in a random vivarium of a girl in an apartment close to the park. I don't know.
J. Jonah Jameson's condo.
But I want them out of the place. Like, and we've got to make sure that there's no transmission device active on the thing that we're dismantling. The tiny little thing we're dismantling. They're gonna stay tiny for a while. I could just go strand them on the top of a building.
Sure. We don't want them telling people where we were or what our powers are, right?
Damn it. They know about the park.
Yes, they do.
Are they gonna stay tiny like for very long at depth? Well, it's still not long enough for us to keep them in a amplified. Could I try to use hypnosis to wipe something out of their mind?
You could definitely try that. Yes.
My best bet if I want to release them somewhere. So I'm gonna try to use hypnotic control to do that.
Okay. What's your level in hypnotic control?
Amazing.
Oh yeah, they only have typical psyches, so they are.
We are not the mutants you were looking for.
I want to make them forget a fight, like where we are and what our powers are?
Yeah, with the hypnotic control, you can put in some blocks. I mean, you're gonna have to leave some details there because I mean, obviously they're gonna know that they were in a fight.
Can I make up a fight, like with someone else with different powers, and like make something up so they have something to report?
To some extent,
Okay.
enough that it basically it fuzzes out a lot of the details, so they know that they were in a fight. They remember vagaries, but nothing. Nothing concrete, except for the fact that one of them is 4.5 inches tall for, the next 18 hours or so.
Yeah. And I'm gonna drop them in different place with a energy pack.
Okay.
So the one who's tiny for like 18 hours will be stranded for a while before he gets back to his size and can actually get out of the place where I put him, like on top of a building or in a cup, something like that.
Gotcha.
I want to make them. I want to put them out of their ways so they have as much trouble like trying to trace back what happened as I can.
Right. Oh, that's convenient. They're unconscious for a D10 hours, and the diminution lasts for 4.8 hours. So he will actually be returned to full size before he wakes up.
Great.
Right.
Good timing.
So you guys can deposit the humans elsewhere, recover some of the armor and the small sentinel, and energy path into your underground or under park lair, while you wait for Lodestone to recover, which will happen over the next 7 hours or so.
I'm gonna tend to him, but I'm not actually trained in medicine. But I'm gonna try to make sure he's all right. We're not losing him. He's not losing too much blood, stuff like that.
Yeah, he's breathing. I mean, it's a little bit shallow, a little bit raggedy, but once you get him into the lair, for lack of a better term, and get him washed up in some water and stuff, he seems to be doing okay. Time will tell, but on the plus side, it wasn't like he wasn't slashed with a sword or anything, so you don't have to worry too much about any infection setting in down here in the sewers.
Yeah, there's a little bit of problem. Sewer life.
But while Lodestone recovers, we'll take a quick 5-10 minute bio break,
Sounds good.
and then we shall return to see what you guys want to do.
And we'll sit here and enjoy my concussion. See you in a bit.
So you guys are back in your lair. Relatively safe and secure. And what would you guys like to do while you wait for Lodestone, if anything?
Pray Logan didn't hear any of this shit.
I use my lightning movement to clean up as much as I can of the scene. Like go back and forth and just make stuff disappear, so that the fight leaves as little trace as I can.
Okay. All right. Healing. 10 turns after you've taken damage, you regain health equal to your endurance rank number, provided the character is not knocked unconscious.
I am knocked unconscious.
Yep. But Pip will recover 36 with her incredible endurance.
As a regeneration, also, I think.
She does have regeneration, which will definitely kick in as well. After that, you heal your endurance rank number in the hour following the last damage. So once you're conscious, then you would heal your endurance after every hour. This rate is doubled by bed rest.
One who's injured, lick your wound. I'm gonna watch over and like try to guard and clean up.
Am I in bed rest?
I would say it's bed rest.
It's bed rest. It's just a part that is a bed that is sketchy, but working on that.
It's not much of a bed, but it's a bed.
And everybody gets 100 spendable karma and 100 improvement karma.
Oh, I need that.
So yes, after about 8 hours or so, Lodestone starts to come to. Thankfully, did you take any endurance loss?
No, actually.
Okay. Because endurance comes back at the rate of 1 rank per day, and as long as you have any endurance loss, you're at -2 column shifts on everything you do.
Oh, damn. So getting taken out's a big deal.
Yeah, getting taken out will knock in your butt for, a few hours at the very least.
That's cool. It kind of fits with the comics, right?
You're gonna be all right, big guy.
Well, I think the most important thing is, did we stop the Sentinels from communicating?
I think so.
I got a tiny sentinel ear that will grow back at some point. I think I disable every system on it. We need to make sure that.
Oh, I think I can manage to fix that. But has anyone seen the Wolverine?
Not,
He has not made any sign of presence or displeasure so far. I cleaned everything up. I made the park clean, and I make the people forget that they were here. So let's hope for the best.
Well, by reputation, I expect if he was displeased, we'd be quite aware of it.
Seems a bit prone to express his malcontent.
It's the rumors, yes.
Or
Well-
we could walk into a tiger trap as soon as we leave the building.
It's possible as well. But perhaps we should start with looking at these sentinels to ensure that they're benign.
I put it over there just in case it grows back up. So it has a bit of space to grow back up so we can dismantle it. I don't know how long it's going to stay this size, so I wanted to make sure we would not get squished by it.
Probably a good idea. Pip, is it going to stay small forever?
I think it said long, but not forever. Did I get that right?
Sorry, I
Yep.
didn't hear that.
Pip,
I
how
was
long
asking
do you expect it to stay so small?
Sorry, what?
It was 17 more days, right? How long is this sentinel going to be shrunk?
A week or 3, 2 or 3 weeks. A while.
maybe we can dismantle it while it's tiny and it's going to be easier to let it shrink up. Maybe I can work with like pliers and stuff like that to take it apart.
Easier to work on something larger than smaller, but
Yeah, but if it's going to stay like that for a couple of weeks, we have a bit of downtime where we don't know what to do. It might drag. And I don't want to break the part we need though. But it still feels really sturdy even this tiny.
You can probably just crush it in your hands, can't you?
well, yes, but there's parts in the thing that's probably useful to us. The reactor, there's energy cells. The
Two of those armor.
that
We got two of those armor too. I didn't think they were armor. I thought it was robot. I didn't think there were people in those things.
Well, let's make sure that they don't have any tracking devices and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me a reason roll.
Reason.
Alright.
Difficulty is
You just need a green result.
green non-incredible is 36. Sure.
So yeah, you do find little tracking devices, but with their suits kind of shorted out from the electrical damage and the magnetism wreaking havoc on the Sentinel, they are non-functional.
Perfect. So these are pieces as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
I mean, we could build a house out of a sentinel.
So since you have a chance to look at them, the Mandroids seem to have some sort of internal life support system. They seem to be made of a more rigid plating than the Sentinel itself is. They have plasma beams that Pip definitely felt.
Yeah, that hurt. did not like it at all. I mean, I'll get better, but it still hurt a lot.
The mandroids also have tractor beams.
Ugh.
And they seem to have, at the very least, you're not exactly sure how it functions. You would need access to a laboratory to study them. But you do know that they have some capacity to somewhat dampen mutant powers. The Sentinel has very advanced sensors, jet boots, again, some sort of plating, energy beams, what looks like some sort of knockout gas, and the cables are broken, but it had cables that it could use to capture people.
So I think, Chris, the way upgrades and everything work here, it's all resource based, right?
It is.
So the idea, I guess, would be to sell parts to get stuff.
Yep.
We can sell a full-on Sentinel or Mandroid armor in its tiny form. Easier to make the transaction.
Well, the question is who we would sell any of these things to.
So we know about a market.
Well, yes, there's a market, but you can't take a Sentinel or a Mandroid armor and sell it to the local biker gang.
Yeah, you're right. But, I mean, there's parts we could use. Could we use the equivalent of the resource upgrades to just justify that we use the pieces to make something if we have the proper amenities?
Well, I think that if I had some tools and time, I should be able to dissect these things, and with the resources gained, probably improve our situation, assuming we're not evicted.
Maybe we can sell the tiny Mandroid armor to Buzzkill's friends. The tool.
That's a great idea.
Actually use the rest of the second Mandroid armor, and because right now the Mandroid armor is tiny. We can, when it's tiny, it's easier to carry around.
I'm not comfortable in selling this thing intact. It's a dangerous weapon.
Right. You're right.
I'd prefer to sell it in pieces. The reactor's worth things. The platinum within is worth things. The sensors, computers, etc. But
You're right. Let's do it like that. Maybe safer.
without knowing who's going to be able to don this armor, we'd be weaponizing potentially a terrorist or.
We can keep one of the two-man Mandroid armor to repurpose, maybe?
Might be worthwhile keeping one in case we can find use of it in the future, I suppose. But selling them is, I'm not comfortable with that.
Oh, so let's sell one for spare parts so we can have the tools to actually use the rest.
I'm okay with that as long as it's in pieces and it's sold to various clients.
I think we can manage that.
The only people that I know that might be willing to purchase such a thing would be X-Force. And I'm not entirely sure that those are the people we want to give this kind of weaponry to.
Yeah, baby.
Might know someone, but yeah. Let's split that between Ruby Buzzkill's friend Ruby, and maybe some of the people I know.
That works.
They were the one who furnished my lab initially, so I mean it's in their alley selling like tools and stuff. Just I opened the lab, and I can't even with that. I don't think I can afford to rebuild the lab I had. But probably interested in that. But we really need to take it apart first to make sure they just don't use it as is. Because I don't know what they would use it for.
Well, so far these things are disabled. I'm
Maybe.
a bit more concerned about the prison that our friend told us about.
Yeah, but that place looks heavily guarded and problematic. We really need to up our game before we go there, like equipment wise, and like be prepared for that. And we're also gonna need a boat to get there, or a plane. I
Boats
mean,
are easy. It's just a piece of metal. That can get us there.
yeah, good point.
You can carry us, I think, for the most part on your thing that you do.
Thing is just that I'm not good with water because the wire don't go up there. Once we're on the boat, I can manage, but getting to the boat is not my specialty. And I can glide, but I'll have to bring some wind. And as you've seen, it's not discreet. You can,
We're not even sure exactly where it is yet.
yeah, you got a point. We got an approximate space, but maybe if we can, I don't know, capture or just snoop on refueling people. I mean, they must have boat ferrying food and stuff to that boat. Maybe we could sneak into that. But getting amenities and beds and a lab here and tools would be like big plus. At least we got a generator now.
This window.
I'm all
Okay,
for
Marcus,
improving
fully
our living
inside.
conditions for sure, but understand the people on that raft
Well, now
are
then, I'm not really
living
good at
in much
selling real estate.
worse
either,
conditions
so-
than we are. Our duty is to try to look out for them, I think.
I just want to protect Pips before we go over there and maybe get a weapon in her hand.
Can't you make those?
Yeah, but they don't last forever. But yeah, I can make them. Don't you rather hit people with it? Do a crockett map if you want. What about we go snooping to try to find like some clues of people going back and forth from that place?
I'm pretty visible when I fly, unfortunately.
Pretty visible when I walk outside, but
Love
perhaps
this. I want this
we
at my
can
house. I just
try to
love
get
it.
eyes on the general whereabouts and see what we can see. I know
Oh,
Pip
now I don't like it anymore. Thanks.
can get very, very small. Perhaps she
Make
can.
use too. No,
Carry some of us through the
still not up
wires.
for it. Wait, well, I can't get that small.
Well, I can carry some of us through the wires, but our best
Oh,
bet would be to go through the wires to a elevated point, like the top of a building, and like snoop from there.
through the wires, like through the wires? How does that
Everywhere,
work?
everywhere, electrical current or data stream can go, can take us.
Why have we just been walking around?
I had never tried to pick up people with me, but Lodestone
Oh,
was in danger, and it seemed like the thing to do, so I tried. Apparently, I can carry people. Well, I need to carry people, so the fact that he can get tiny helps. Can put you in a pocket. And I used to do that with just myself, but
Buzzkill, what do you
Which
think
one?
we should do next?
Sell what we can. Get peaches for my friend. Uh, and, and see if we can locate this prison, or at least how they're getting there and back. We're not gonna be able to make any change sitting here hiding. We're gonna need allies. Uh, Also, let's not forget Doombots are nearby, and they know we're here.
True, but with
Or you
the
can put it
Wolverine
here,
above
but the
us,
problem is
it's
there's
a
so many
relatively
windows in this
protected
house.
area.
People,
Uh, with respect to the legendary Wolverine, if Doom wants us, Doom's going to get us, and there's not a damn thing that Mr. Logan can do about it.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what Mr. Doom is capable of. I heard a bit about him, but I'm about.
I'd just rather have him as an ally, not an enemy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to talk with us, you know we're there. He's gonna make his move, I guess.
Chris, is Reed Richards dead?
As far as you know.
Yeah, then Doom's the smartest man in the world by far. Like, Tony Stark's an idiot to Doom and Richards, so.
Is Doom still alive? Like, do we know that?
You have no idea.
Yeah, but we do know that the whole world isn't like this, like the United States is. And he was a sovereign king of a small Eastern European country. So what happens here doesn't necessarily happen there.
These
And
people are safe and all.
and it's Doom. He wouldn't depower mutants. He would weaponize them.
I think it's beyond our capability to try to guess Doom's motivation.
Correct.
So
well,
all we
hang
can
on.
do is react
Nobody knows you're
to
going
whatever
with
actions
me.
he takes. And they will be
Nobody knows
his
you're
actions will
but
be
me.
5 steps ahead of ours, regardless. I think
Being generous, yeah.
Black Bolt respects Doom, and he's an immortal.
And that's
So
good because
I think our priority needs to be focused on those imprisoned in the raft. over our
manpower.
comfort
We'll
or
get
our
this done
boat.
in
I can start like looking through the city to see if I find alien clues of that could lead to the boat, and set up watch over the pier to like try to catch that. I'd rather not do it alone, because if something comes to worst, I'm gonna need backup. Uh, and while I try to find a path that will lead us to that boat, maybe we can start doing the thing to like arm and armor anyone here who needs it. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Well, I can build the
I'm gonna go
things
get a
that you
better
need,
backpack
but I
and
need
I'll help carry.
proper tools and a laboratory.
Why don't we can probably work that out with my contacts. It might take a bit, but we can get that done.
All right.
Now, while you guys are picking it out, I can go try to find any clues about who's moving to that boat. So we go in the direction of trying to get those people out.
What do you think,
Okay,
Pip?
we're gonna run.
I think I'm terrified, and nothing is a good idea.
Well, you must have some ideas.
Let's move to Canada.
Huh. That's a long walk when you've got little short legs.
If I'm
Hey,
moving,
Bill,
I'm moving to
Rose is your new
Titan,
road
not
captain,
Canada.
so you have
I'm
to
here for a
listen to
reason.
her on
That's
the road.
protect the mutants here.
I don't think I can breathe on Titan. So I don't think
I,
that's a great move for us. Or
I
at
still
least
have
not for
family locked in those camps, and I'm not leaving.
Okay.
I know
I
it's shit, but I'm not leaving.
I'm definitely not gonna walk to Canada on my own. All by my little old lonesome. That ain't happening. I would get eaten by a dog or something. I not even mentioning the the big mechanical things that are, roaming everywhere and bad. Yeah, dogs, cats, those are problems too.
Speaking of dogs, if we can acquire the appropriate laboratory and supplies that we need, I may be able to reach out to Lockjaw.
Lockjaw reminds you of dogs. How?
Lockjaw is a dog that can travel through space and time.
Oh, okay.
With some luck, it would improve our mobility and
Okay.
keep us undercover.
You're gonna mention
Assuming
not to eat me, right?
Lockjaw's not that kind of dog, but a very large dog, much larger than you.
Mhm.
But I would have to discuss this with the king, of course. He's fickle sometimes. Right. So I think we have a plan. We'll sell some of this mandroid armor for resources. Um, we'll investigate the island. Pip
Yeah, I think
will not
uh,
run to Canada,
Look,
and
I think
I think the electricity idea is probably safer if he's sure he can do it. Um,
Not I'm not on the street, but I can use the electron highway to get us to like tops of buildings and stuff like that. But it's gonna probably be stalking for a while till we find like movement toward that boat island place. Or we can try to find the people who sell mutants to the boat. That's another queue we have. Like there was a bunch of guys who were helpful, tried to help her, but in the end they just drugged her and tried to get her on the boat. Not sure how we can find those guys, but that's another option.
It's not a bad idea, actually. I think the most important thing is to see what value we can get out of one of these suits of armor in pieces.
I would love to have some armor.
That's
Please,
what I was thinking.
I am
Like
small.
armor. If we can repurpose one of the Mandroid armor for tips, could be nice.
Again, I need tools in the lab, which means we need to have resources.
We need to sell the first one in pieces at Buzzkill's contact and mine, so we can have the lab materials so you can think of the other things. Okay,
Correct.
so you could get to dismantling. You could start trying to trade the pieces, Buzzkill, and I could trying to find clues and direction for the boat or the gang, maybe.
Sounds about right.
If I have to go outside, I'd rather not go alone. So maybe Pip could come with me. And worst case scenario, we can just trunk me and we'll ride the Electron Highway back to wherever.
All right. So, Chris, it sounds like we have a plan.
Okay.
So we're going to take one of them android armors and try to sell it in parts. I want to make sure that they can't just weaponize one suit of armor, right? Because superhero stuff.
Okay.
We're going to have Pip and John try to see what they can find out about who's going to and from the raft. And then Buzzkill's got to sell off the parts that I pull off.
If I can find word on the street about the gangs who've been selling people to the boat.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Just breaking down the armor isn't difficult. I mean, you can't do any fine work since you lack the necessary tools, workshop, etc., etc. But with your combined capabilities, you can easily dismantle it.
Yeah, so it's got power cells and it's got the fancy metals and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
So basically, we're trying to get. My understanding, Chris, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Any crafting stuff is based on resources.
Yes, it is.
And Lodestone's the crafting guy in this game, so he needs to get resources.
Okay.
You need maps and you need food.
So yeah, basically, who are you going to sell it to?
That's up to Buzzkill. That's his job.
Ruby, Soho.
We have two. Buzzkill as a contact, and I can sell some of the part to one of mine. So all of the part of the Mandroid armor don't go exactly to the same place, so it cannot just be reassembled.
Okay. And you're just leaving the Shrunken Sentinel over there in the corner?
Not in the corner, in a spot where if it grows, it won't smash us.
Right. You do not have space in the sewers to put it if it grows.
Okay, I have 3 weeks to dig something or make a space.
Yeah, we'll take its arms and legs off or whatever we have to do.
Okay.
I mean, but that's a treasure trove of research, right?
It is.
Because it's kind of in one piece.
Yep. I mean,
more or less.
Some of its internal circuits and stuff are fried from all the magnetism it was hit with, but... But yeah, if you get the capability to delve into it, you can pull some information from it for sure.
Hmm.
All right. And then John and Pip are going looking for information on how people are getting to this facility or who might be responsible.
Yep. My two ideas are either like going on the roof next to the pier and watching for movements and stuff of interest, and otherwise like going for fishing for information about a gang that could have been selling people to boat people.
Okay. All right. So Buzzkill, you're gonna go meet Ruby.
Yes, I am.
Right.
We make sure to keep a couple of pieces so I can sell it to my contact too. So we make so that the armor can be fully reassembled by one person.
Gotcha. All right. So, what have you got for me?
Parts of a parts of a mandroid. That's what I'm selling, right, guys?
Yep.
And she'll kind of look through. I mean, I imagine it's as disassembled as you could.
Well, I mean, the goal is to, like, here you can have your
Are you bleeding?
this half a laser beam, and you can have this helmet, or you can have this chest piece, but you can't have the whole thing because that turns somebody into Whiplash in Iron Man 2, right?
Yep.
Try to be the superhero thing, right?
Just like, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for? Do you want food? Do you want scrap? Do you want information? I got all three. And I mean, this is some. I mean, it's a little dinged up, but I can find a good home for it.
Well, we definitely need food. We could use some information, and I think we need toolkits and electronics supplies and such.
I can get you fixed up with some stuff. Are you looking for, like, do you planning on working on vehicles? Do you have a garage someplace?
Well, we're talking about. We seem to be coming into possession of more of this kind of thing, and we kind of want to tinker with it and make it our own, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, tell you what. I can get you fixed up with. I can get you fixed up with some stuff. I got like a plasma cutter kicking around here. I got one of those things that they use for determining whether or not something's got a current or not. Some other odds and ends. Acetylene torch. I could probably get you set up with a decentest workshop.
That'd be spectacular. Any luck with those peaches?
No. But I did get word that there's some sort of fancy dancy, shindig happening, and they're bringing in some high quality rations, as it were. So I let some folks know who might be the sort of folks that would interrupt said festivity. That if they find any, I would love to have them. So.
You're so good to me. I guess the one last thing we're interested in is I heard somewhere along the way that they're keeping mutants off off in the harbor. Do you know anything about that?
No, I mean I've heard things. Nothing good. But there's not a lot of things out in the harbor anymore. I mean, there's the remnants of the old Shield headquarters. There's the remnants of the prison, two prisons actually. There's the supervillain prison, and then the ordinary people prison. The remnants of the statue. Well, I suppose when you think about it, that is a lot of shit to have in a harbor.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd just want to be wary of it. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, times are getting tough out there. People are doing, you know, shady things to get by. I mean, not me. I would never do anything shady.
I would never have thought you would.
So are you looking like more for our like workshop material or like laboratory? Are you looking like more hands-on or more scientific?
Little column A, probably more engineer.
Okay. She takes a look at the stuff. She's like, I can get you some basic equipment. You know, like, do you have a power supply?
I think we have a generator, don't we, guys?
We got a generator last time.
Yeah, I think we got a generator, all right.
Okay, because like I don't want to give you power tools if you can't use them. I mean, that would not be, you know, conducive to my reputation.
Oh, don't worry about that. We got lots of power.
Okay. Yeah. And so she'll take like the, you know, kind of the, you know, the shopping bags full of Mandroid parts that you have. And she'll jot down an address for you. She's like, go here, tell them I sent you, that you're there to pick up, well, I'll let them know that you're coming. They'll have everything ready for you. It's going to be a couple of crates though, so bring, you know, bring a means to transport it.
You got it. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, and maybe it's tied into it, but I've seen, heard that there's been a fair bit of activity out on the docks, just like 5-6 streets over. The sort of activity that people are encouraged to not pay attention to.
Oh, yeah?
So that might be, I don't know, maybe that might help you find what you're looking for out in the harbor.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
And so basically during that exchange, she will give you guys the stuff to build a basic workshop.
That's a win.
So basically, it's equipment for like metalworking, some woodworking material, saws, fire extinguishers, so on and so forth.
That's worth half a sentinel to half a mandroid to me.
Oh, for sure.
It is a remarkable value worth of material. So. And meanwhile, Pip and John. Again, you can trade your goods to your various assorted contacts. It is remarkable value. So if that is higher than your current resources, your resources go up by 1.
Sorry, our resources are going up by 1?
If your resources are currently less than remarkable, you can bump it up by 1.
That's for everybody?
Yeah, that would be for everybody. There's enough stuff to spread around.
Okay, my resources are already remarkable.
Mine's only excellent, so
Yep.
it gets to go up. Actually, sorry, my resources are only good.
Okay. So yours go up to excellent, and lodestones will go up to
Solid, typical.
solid typical. So yeah, so you get enough kind of like various sort of trade bits from John's contacts to give you a little bit of stuff for trading and collateral and the like. And then as you're looking around for you know, getting eyes on what might be happening, I will give both John and Pip to give me intuition checks.
Uh-oh.
Good.
I'm gonna put karma on that.
Intuition, you say? Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting karma on that.
I'm going to ask my dice to roll something nice for me.
They're not going to listen.
I'm going to point and laugh.
56.
Okay.
And that was intuition?
Yep.
Okay, excellent.
Give me
Green.
I got a yellow result.
Okay. Well, if you're spending karma, you have to spend at least 10, so that'll give you a 98.
Ooh, yep.
Wow.
That's a red result.
All
That's
right.
a red result.
All right.
I
So
didn't know that if I spend karma, even if I hit it, it actually raised the number. I thought we spent the 10, but so that's good.
So as you guys are kind of looking around and asking around and kind of hitting up some contacts, and what sort of contacts does John have?
The one I was going for is my lab pusher, the guy with which I made my deal to get my power because I'm created mutant.
Okay.
So when my family got taken by to the camp, it's the guy I made a deal with that allowed me to have the lab that allowed me to use Drafter for a while until I lost the lab.
Gotcha. So some sort of like mad scientist type of guy.
Mad scientist type of guy that just like with a pusher vibe. Like, you want to try this? Like, you like try it. You can do it yourself.
Hello, Mr. Osborne.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
Type of vibe, yeah.
Operating out of the remnants of Oscorp, yet another business in Marvel set in Manhattan.
Yeah, why not?
Like everything is in Manhattan.
It's a terrible place to live.
He's the kind of guy who just want to like give people power and see what happens.
Perfect. So he is quite interested in these, quite interested in finding out how things have been going for you.
Oh, the incident where I broke into the camp, I kind of lost the equipment you furnished me with, and considering the payment I made first time, I'll need to gather quite a bit of resources before I can afford that again. But the experiment worked fine. It worked as you promised.
For science.
Yep. But I'll probably need to set that up again because I've been asked to. Okay. Yep. And he's gonna not finish that sentence.
Well, if you want to pay me back, I could use some individuals such as yourself, and I assume you have a few others, and I'll kind of look at Pip. I would be very interested in anything that may be found in the remnants of the old Stark building.
I mean, we were looking for cannon butt, so.
So, if you find yourself there, I would be interested as to what you might find.
I'll stick with the other, but definitely something we can look in.
Excellent.
We're looking to reestablish a lab, so I'll probably need to come back to you.
Well, I'm sure we can get you set up. For a small fee.
I remember. Right.
So as you guys are, checking out the city and looking around, you do spot activity near the docks, and it's the sort of activity that you take a look around, and to both of you, it feels off. There's people that are like watching the dock. There's people that are, being kind of shifty, and it strikes you as weird because the way the police are in Manhattan, there shouldn't be any need for anybody who is, accosting mutants to have to be underhanded about it. For the most part, the police assist them. The police help them round up mutants. These guys, though, whatever it is they're doing at the dock is the sort of thing that is definitely not kosher. And as you watch them for a little bit, John, you pick up on the fact that they're waiting, and you're like, okay, maybe we'll just keep an eye on this for a bit. And after 20 minutes or so, a van pulls up. The driver of the van gets out, and I think I have a picture of the driver. There you go. Throw a picture of the driver up on Foundry there.
Okay.
Talks to the folks that are waiting. They basically put up a little like radio, say something into it, and a few minutes later you can hear the sound of a motorboat coming into the dock. You just can kind of watch it from your vantage point. And as the motorboat docks, the driver goes around to the van, opens up the back, and brings out like 4 people that are like, bound and gagged. They have like the large M's emblazoned on their clothing. Looks like some sort of handoff of captured mutants.
Better warn the other. If they think you should keep looking, or I just go pet the other. Did you hear me when I said that?
Sort of.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, and you're in real life too. Like I'm turning to Pips and saying like low, like should we get everyone, or should we keep watching?
I tend to say, let's go to the rescue.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand on the wire, and I'm gonna zap to home. I move at the speed of electricity, so should be fast.
Yep.
I'm gonna pop in the lair. I found the boat. They're loading mutant right now.
I'm trying to take apart this sentinel.
Boat is leaving for the boat place. Do we at least want to save the people that are being shipped over there?
Addie
We should
needs
do what
stuff.
we can,
She
yes.
ripped up her
Is Buzzkill back?
More on.
Tracy.
I would say Buzzkill's probably back by now.
Take my hand. I'll show you.
In the meantime, was Pip left behind to keep an eye on them?
All by my lonesome.
Sure.
It's like you lose you no more than 30 seconds, so let's hope nothing bad happens in that
Sure.
30 seconds.
It'll be fine. I'll just headbutt it.
It's one die roll. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, it'll happen.
So as you're watching, when John kind of like zits out into the power grid, the woman, the driver, kind of cocks her head for a moment, and kind of like silently motions to the folks like she's noticed something. And then you see she just kind of holds her hands out, and this like glowing blue dagger appears in her hand. So they definitely suspect something is up. But that is where we will call it for this time.
Awesome. That was a very violent episode.
That was
Very, very violent episode.
that was your first encounter with a sentinel, and there was only one sentinel, so.
And it was a load of trouble.
And it was a Mark IV, not a Mark 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah.
That was a tough fight.
It was, but once you guys figured out some strategy, like, you know, the benefits of the charge attack and stuff.
Yeah, I think we made that fight tougher than it was.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that's part of learning a new system, right?
Yeah. And at the same time, like, you know, Buzzkill managing to shock Lodestone out of the stun, and then you could free him from the grapple, so it was like a cascading type effect.
That was very expensive. I only made 2 good rolls, but there were 2 important good rolls.
And locking down the Sentinel from being able to communicate back was super handy, because it means only the one Sentinel that was there got any benefit.
And apparently that's like a really, really big thing in this game. Chris, you've alluded to the fact that if Sentinels learn your powers and you don't take them out fast enough, they just kind of show up and go, "Oh, look, I'm not magnetic anymore," or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's like a cascading effect, right? Like the way I read it, like once the Sentinel has studied you for 3 turns, they get +1 column shift on everything they do against you. And then they radio that back, which means every Sentinel out there gets that bonus.
That's disgusting.
But it means when that second wave of Sentinels show up and they have more time to study you and they get another column shift. So the more times you deal with Sentinels and you don't deal with them fast enough, they get better and better and better.
So really, you're saying the hero of the story is Buzzkill to keep that locked down.
Yeah. I played a Nightmares of Future Past adventure years ago when I was in university, and my character, I only had 1 power, but I had weapon creation. So kind of like Forge, I could just like create weapons, and that's all I ever made. Is like every time Sentinel showed up, I had a new weapon that they would have to study. So, but yes, if you do not deal with Sentinels fast enough, it becomes a very big problem.
And again, I'd like to point out the fact that in that fight, we were as concerned about Logan as we were about the Sentinel.
Yes. And, yep.
That's where my first action in the last game was getting out of the park and trying to lure them out.
Yep. And he didn't come by and say anything, so you must have done good.
Thumbs up.
Perfect. So yes, we will see everybody next week.
All right, guys. I'm looking forward to it. And for some of us, we'll see each other tomorrow. For most of us, I think.
For
all of us.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah.
All of us +1 for tomorrow for Forbidden Lands.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, guys.